Right. There you go. There you go. There you go. South right side. Go on. Get early. Early. Good. Think about your spare man as your goalkeeper as well.
Crazy, you know, it was just good to be on the pitch, never mind scoring my first touch, but it's a moment I'll certainly never forget. You know, Shirley did good work on the left and swung it in with his left foot. Conor Weisman got a touch and the keeper came out and, you know, it just fell perfect for me. I was in the right spot and, you know, just had to hit it really quick and that's what I did, and thankfully it went in. I suppose any goal you don't know what to do really. You just run about because you're that excited. You go mad. But I'm not really one for crazy celebrations or anything. Just run and, you know, thank the supporters. But it was amazing.
It was good this week just to be just a little bit more relaxed and embrace it a little bit more and just show everyone how I can help the team and be part of it. So it was really good. It's just been non-stop help from Michael, like just telling me how I can improve, and obviously it's different, like because coming from your club and you used to play in a certain way, and now coming into this national team, you got to play a different way and fit in. So he's just giving me little cues and reminders just how the lads play and how I can fit into it. So it's just been really helpful.
Yeah, play. Put a voice on it. Come on, line that up.
You know, I think those young players, they've freshened the squad up. They've strengthened it in areas as well. They still have to, I mean, they're very early in their international careers. They've not come up against, you know, a Germany or a team of that nature yet that we've had to play. But the signs are there that hopefully, you know, we're going to develop further.
Go on, Jordan. And again, Jordan. Good lad. Go again, Jordan. Good point. Go, that's press that again.
I got an email to go actually with the 21s, but I got a late call up for the seniors, and, you know, it was a dream come true. But out there, you know, I still can't believe it, to be fair. You know, coming here and training the likes of Steve Davis and Johnny Adams, you know, it's always gonna make me better. So, you know, just hopefully I get to train with them a lot more now.
I think I said that it was just one of the most one-sided games I played, so it was in that sense, football-wise, it was really enjoyable to play. We just penned them in and played really good football. Lads played really good and really up for it, but obviously it's all about the result at the end of the day, so we're disappointed not to get that, and obviously it puts us on a little bit of a back foot in the Nations League, but I think we can definitely get points away from home, so looking forward to the next international break.
Not a great week. Very good week, because obviously we lost the game against Bosnia, and we can talk about how well we played as a team, and we can talk about so many positive aspects of that performance, but ultimately we lost the game, and we lost it because we conceded, for us, 2 poor goals. You know, I think in the last 4 or 5 years, the strength of this team has not been conceding goals, and so when we play on the front foot as we did against Bosnia, you know, it's a little bit criminal for us to concede the way we did as well. But you know, the positive thing for me was the style of play, the quality of the play, the tempo of the play, and the introduction of some new players that certainly look like them. You know, they have big international futures ahead of them.
Doesn't come out of there! Doesn't come out of there! Well done, Victor. Good. Shot. Get on it, Paddy!
We played McNair at right back because he gives you that physicality and running power and quality that we see on the other side with Jamal. And if you have two fullbacks that play like that, and you've got a wide players, then particularly Dallas. I thought Dallas has been brilliant in the 2 games. You know, the game is so high tempo at the minute. If you can't run in the modern game, you've got to be an outstanding player. And you look at Davo at over 100 caps. His running power is still there, and his quality is still at the highest level. And I think he's the pinnacle for any player to look at, for any Northern Ireland player. You know, to get to that level. And you know, that's been the pleasing aspect when you've got that running power in the team. You know, I think George brings that as well. Then you have the ability to really get on top of teams, really, you know, and play in the opposition half, play that high tempo, that pressing game. And when you win the ball back, you have to show the quality then to be able to express yourself as well. We're far from the finished article on that. We need work on that still. You know, the lads possibly who play their club football at a lower level don't experience that kind of football, that, you know, the ball changes hands a little bit more readily. But so you know, there's plenty for us to work on. But equally, you know, what we've seen is those positives give us a lot of hope going forward. Maybe I'm a little bit pessimistic at times because I don't have, you know, I look at every weekend, I monitor the players, and I think when I named the squad, I think as many as 13 didn't play for their club, and you don't really want to see that. You want to be coming in and you want to be, you know, saying, oh, he scored today, he's played well today, you know, that type of thing. And when you're coming away and you're seeing maybe like Stephen not playing at Southampton, you know, you start to worry a little bit about that. But then he comes and plays the way he has done in the 2 games, and he's been absolutely fabulous. Stuart at Leeds, as we talked about, you know, has been fabulous, yet his game time's limited. And maybe, you know, they come because the club situation isn't so good. They really appreciate the international thing, and it comes at a good time for them as well. So yeah, I'm optimistic. You want your players playing, but I think the longer the season goes and players aren't playing, it becomes a little bit more difficult for them. I see Jamie, like, we've not really been able to use Jamie or Gareth because they've just got their club situation sorted out. Gareth now at Rangers and Jamie on loan at Charlton, so they're still important players for us as well. So as I say, I think, you know, if the players' club situations can continue to improve, we'll be stronger come October, November.
Just get as many caps for my country. I love putting on the shirt, and I love coming to Windsor Park, and yeah, just get as many caps and as many wins and qualify for the upcoming tournaments, so the Euros, and then later down the line World Cup.
You know, this is a massive step in my career, and you know, just need to keep building it now and just be the best I can be.
Touches, isn't it? just want you to just bounce out of it.
Haven't got long of a throw, mate.
You know, we have to create an environment of excellence or of real high quality, and the base we used in Austria, it provides that. That a new training pitch there, which was excellent, and the food, the base, all of those things are very important. When you're bringing not only the 23, 25 players together, you know, you've got as many as 12 to 15 staff. You're probably responsible for 40 people in total. There's nothing worse if the hotel's not great, the food's not great, the surroundings aren't great. So that affects the mood of everyone, not just the players. So it is very important, and you know, David Curry does a great job on that, and we know what we're looking for in a base.
There's caps going back here for a few seasons, and what we also have is, which I think is rather nice, this one. We have a Euro Finals cap as well for those of you that were in France. Ian Ferguson. This is a. Got you for cap. Connor Walker. Paddy McNair. I don't know what you do with them, whether you display them, put them on a drawer or whatever, but as I say, well done to all of yous. Obviously the ones that have come in since last season, you'll get yours down the line as well. So. You know, when we look back over both games, we feel probably obviously frustrated with the results. You know, we could play better as well. You know, we can't just put it down to, you know, lack of good luck or whatever, you know, term you want to use for it. For me, like, you know, we didn't play as well in Austria as what we could have done. But I think the key thing was, in terms of game management, is, you know, we had chances to go ahead. We've probably the best chance of the game to go ahead in Austria, and we don't take it, and then obviously we're punished with Arnautovic, and we're a little bit unlucky obviously not to get the equaliser.
Yeah, get ready. I didn't have my pads on. I had to run over, get my pads, put my pads on. Didn't really have much time trying to find out where I am for set pieces and all that. And then when I got to the pitch, and I'll be honest, I didn't really take a second to think, oh wow, I've made my international debut. I just tried to get on with the game, and I was in the game really. But yeah, it was more when I got back to the hotel, and the next day I realised that, you know, pinch yourself a little bit. You know, you've made your international debut. Give yourself a pat on the back, I guess. On a personal side, it felt just because I knew how proud my mum would be and my family would be. That was one of the most satisfying things, because, you know, my mum's been probably one of the biggest, well, the biggest part of my life. So if I can do anything to make her happy and proud, then I will do it. And this is definitely one of them things where she's over the moon. She can't stop telling everyone, or I think most people know anyway now, but, you know, then she'll still tell them again, and she's still telling me, you know, telling me what to eat, still trying to tell me, you know, you need to make sure you stretch and all that sort of stuff, and she'll always do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have just landed at Sarajevo Airport. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt signs have been switched off. Smoking is still not allowed. Thank you for flying British Airlines today, and goodbye.
Let's get the quality in it. Okay, Sunday morning, we're training like a Sunday league team. Come on.
We had a great week leading into these two games, to be honest. It was difficult in the transition because Bosnia possibly didn't give us the level of excellence that we had in Austria. That's the difference between moving between two different countries and the economic differences between the two countries as well. But I thought that, all in all, we couldn't have got any more from the trip in terms of our preparation.
Just play into the next level of the pitch. Okay, so you can go straight from the end to the middle of the next one.
I remember driving down and I was thinking I'm going to go have a coffee with an international manager.
Good.
He's took the time out of his day to do that for me, to have that chat, and he didn't need to do it. And it shows the kind of personality that he has, a very caring kind of manager who's always looking out for you and always looking to help. Michael and Mike Taylor, they were all trying to help me find loans earlier in my career a couple of years ago, trying to get me out playing from as early as possible, so they were a big part in my development. You've got to, as a young player or any player really, you've got to try and learn from everyone else around you, because they're there, they've been there and done it. Obviously they're a lot older than me, so they've been around the block and they've played these games that I'm now playing in, so they know what's expected, they know what needs to be done, and obviously if any questions I need to ask, they're there with the answers and they're there to help. A young goalkeeper like myself, I'm only 21, I'm just starting out of what hopefully is a really long career, and to have that on tap as such, the experience, it can only just benefit me.
Steve, can I just ask you how you reflect overall on the sort of two games so far, and is the overriding emotion amongst the players one of frustration that you maybe haven't picked up what you maybe deserve from those two games?
Yeah, I think so. I think very much so from the Bosnia game at home. We spoke with that straight after the game, and obviously the level of performance that we had on the night deserved a lot more. I think the game against Austria the other night, there's definitely areas we can improve on. But ultimately we had a couple of really good chances in the game and should have taken something from it.
In the second game again, we should have been ahead. Dzeko scores the first goal for Bosnia. We should have been level before obviously he scored the second goal. And when you miss opportunities, as we did at those key points in the game or key times in the game, it's difficult. There's such a mental side to the game as well, and we made things difficult for ourselves over these two games, and it's something that I think hopefully we learn from. You look back at the two games, you're disappointed with the result, but straight away you look at how do we do it better, where do we need to improve. Between now and obviously getting together in November, I'll address that with the players. We'll address that when we come back in, and we look for a performance in Dublin against the Republic of Ireland and a performance here against Austria. And if we get those two performances and hopefully two results, we can look back and think we can look forward to March, and the squad will be more prepared and more ready for obviously the qualification for Euro 2020.
It's a change of scenery today for the Northern Ireland football team. They're here at Gannon Park in Malahide, preparing for their friendly against the Republic on Thursday night.
Played in such a way, I think it'll be good for both teams. The game will have an edge to it, and I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Thank you.
Good.
5-2 on it, Jeff. Wait.
School? Are you the manager? No, I'm the doctor. Go on your boots.
Nice to have the guys down the skills to say hello. Nice for them to come down and watch it and take a little bit of interest in what we're doing. Not a bus load around it.
So basically, we'll go now, go to the hospital, quick chat with their people, and then they'll do a quick half an hour of just around the ward and things, a couple of photographs. Got a lot of interviews, have we? No, it was just us. Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you, Steve, and you're so welcome. Hi.
Hello.
You
alright? How are you? You okay?
Very nice.
Get that off camera.
What position should I play? Centre back then.
Like Johnny.
Hardest.
That's it. Okay, folks, all towards me. Brilliant. One in here now, guys. I'll give you one more. Perfect, thank you. Everybody. And then this way. Ellen, big smile. And
Will we get all the guys around the bed there?
Right in, alright. Alright. Normally we would just go, just throw anyone in, press and mix it up and give people.
Right now?
Just do it, that's alright.
Oh yeah. Is it winding me up?
Quick 15 minutes.
Are you winding me up right now?
He's actually not.
Huh? This is like press, but
Intelligent
like
people aren't going to say something daft.
How much are you looking forward to playing against the Republic of Dublin then, Johnny?
Yeah, well, this is a game that's obviously been, I think, over a year ago, I think it was announced, so that's one we're looking forward to, and I think players from both teams will be, there's a few of us travelling over on the same flight, and everyone's looking forward to it.
Who was on the flight with you?
Robbie Brady, Myler, Kevin Long, Christie, and a few of our boys. Went to Manchester Airport in a taxi with Robbie Brady, myself and my brother, so we picked him up on the way and made him pay at the end. Trust me, we started on that.
And James McLean, the next teammate of yours, looking forward to battling it out against him?
Yeah, he's already texted me asking me to keep my shirt after the game, so it'll be good to see him again. And James, he's a great lad, and looking forward to seeing him and playing against him on the pitch.
Brilliant, Johnny. Thanks as always. Thank you.
Fellini has to play, surely. You're not anymore, Paddy.
Open them up. Go on. Back sticks. Boom! Pace. Speed kills.
Hi guys!
Hi guys.
Hi guys! Thanks very much for coming to the game. Go and action.
Hi. Thanks so much for coming.
We're not the. Oh, we just passed the.
Coming to the game.
We really appreciate your support.
We look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you very much.
Green and White Army.
Where's Dallas go?
Perfect, that's us. This guy I get to hear.
Take some questions for Stephen first, and then write some questions for Michael after. So
yeah, without doubt, I think it's really important over these next two games that we get the results out of the games. Certainly our performances have deserved more up to this point.
If you look at the last two campaigns, we won our group and we finished second in the group. Yet in these three games, arguably we've created as many chances as we've done at any point in time.
There was a time when these two teams met that the Republic of Ireland fans sung "There's only one team in Ireland." How important are the bragging rights now?
Yeah, of course, it's one that we'll all be looking to get the bragging rights from. As you say, it's two groups of players that are very familiar with each other. A lot of the lads play together at clubs as well, so it's definitely one you want the bragging rights for.
Martin said he was hoping to meet the other sisters tonight. I was just wondering who's going to be buying the coffee.
We're going for dinner, hopefully get more coffee. The president was more than a cappuccino later on for me.
Send my regards.
I think it'll be tight, I think it'll be tense. We played today at the Aviva, the pitch was fantastic, so hopefully we can go and play on the front foot. I'm sure Martin will want his lads to do the same, and hopefully we get a few goals and we come out on top.
For many of us who remember you wearing the other shirt, what will tomorrow night be like for you, Martin O'Neill?
Well, I must admit, I had a fantastic time with Northern Ireland. I was captain of the side in 1982. We had a wonderful team made up of both Catholics and Protestants, and it was an absolute pleasure to play in this side. We had a great camaraderie. I think the camaraderie was very, very strong. We had also some very good players as well too. So those days were great, and days I'll never forget.
Well, tomorrow we will together watch players from across the island of Ireland compete against one another in an atmosphere of joy, informed, of course, as I have said, by competitiveness. And while competitive sport in Ireland necessarily divides from time to time, club from club, county from county, province from province, and as with tomorrow's game, Northern Ireland from the Republic, these matches are also public celebrations of what we have in common.
On the eve of the friendly in the Aviva. Martin O'Neill and Michael O'Neill, thank you very, very much.
Okay, so we're good to go, yeah. Michael, what's the approach going to be tonight?
We're going to try and win the game. The whole team's going to try and win the game tonight. Hopefully we get a great game and a great spectacle.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. All right, cheers. Thank you. Are you all right? Okay.
Let's go, lads, come on, straight in. Come on, boys.
Frustrated?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, proud of how the team played. I thought we were terrific on the night, very dominant in the game. Created good chances. Unfortunately, we didn't take them. You know, Darren Randolph rather had a great night as well, so we've got to give him credit on that. But I thought really pleased with the performance again. I think we deserved to win the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. So it's my first start international football, so hopefully it's the first of many.
And in light of Bosnia's draw tonight, how do you now approach Sunday's game?
Well, look, we have to approach it and try and take something from the game, okay? That seals our relegation. And that's disappointing, but we use this competition to try and get fresh blood into the team, and I think we've done that. We don't have the biggest resources, so we have to do that. At the end of the day, it'll be unlikely that we'll get the opportunity of 2020 in terms of a playoff, but we're building a team for automatic qualification, and I think we're well on the way to be able to compete for that.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Cheers.
We're disappointed not to win the game. I think we were by far the better team. We were probably only one team that tried to win the game tonight. That's not been disrespectful to them. I think we come here and we put on a good performance, and if we had won that game 2 or 3, it probably wouldn't have flattered us, to be honest.
Come the other way from the oranges, yeah? That's what we're looking for.
Good go. Okay, this is an Oz Live for Sky News from Northern Ireland trip. Yes, welcome to Windsor Park. Players training from Thursday night against the Republic of Ireland. Jimmy Ward not out there, he's out for this game. A leg injury, Jamal Lewis is not out here either, but is expected to still be involved for this Nations League game against Austria.
You're always to my left.
Welcome everyone. Obviously with Gareth McCauley and Michael O'Neill. We'll do the way we've been doing it, which is questions for Gareth first.
It's a positive dressing room, and say looking forward to the lads are looking forward to getting out there on the pitch tomorrow evening.
Right, still out there getting. Okay. Do you want to jump in? No, I have another one to do. Jump here. Yeah.
Good stuff. And who are you playing?
Bangor Rangers.
And what's the score?
Whenever we left, it was 11-0 to us.
What age? They must be. What age are they too? There's a lot of, I think, things that are going right with this team. There's a lot of positives in it. We had 6 players in the starting lineup on Thursday night that are in single caps. We've players that have, are been asked to step up from League One and still having an impact at this level. So there's a lot for us to be pleased about. But equally, we want to get back to winning games, because ultimately that builds momentum and it increases confidence, and that's something that we want to obviously develop.
He actually does it himself.
What class are you?
P5.
P5. And what did you play football, or do you like both?
He's a goalkeeper.
He's a goalie? You're a bit weak for a goalie, are you? You're going to grow?
We'll get
yeah.
Any of the boys heading up to the local games today, Michael?
The two of them, the boys, Ian Barraclough and the coaching staff are thinking of going to Crusaders.
I suppose Gavin, maybe
Gavin will go, I don't know, Ballymena are going well, aren't they? They've a good start, the third, aren't they?
The Blues are at Brandywell.
That's yeah, that'll be interesting.
Our boys are putting in their hip pocket.
Oh, big lump in there.
Well.
We're trying to get the.
There you go. I get the hip done in the board. Yeah, brilliant. Could work for you that way.
Been highly documented. Our level of possession has been good. The shape of the team has been excellent, but we've not taken the chances, and that's where we need to improve. Good luck tonight. Thanks very much. Right, cheers.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Cheers.
At half-time, it's Bulgaria 0, Austria 0.
The scorer for Austria, number 22, Valentino Lasso, that goal coming in the second minute of added time.
Michael, I'm sure a bigger one to take. What was your assessment of this evening?
It was a game. We didn't deserve to lose the game, there's no doubt about that. Go behind, soft goal probably when we look at it. But the game was fairly matched in the first half. But our reaction to going behind was excellent. We played very well. We thought to about 80 minutes we looked the more likely team to win the game, and then they brought on a top player and he lifted them, and obviously for the goal. It's the last kick of the ball, it's a fantastic finish.
In the dressing room, we can see an improvement. I think we're a better side, playing better football than we were when we actually qualified for the Euros. I think we're in good shape for the next qualifying campaign.
What shape do you think you're in going into the Euro qualifiers next year?
Well, Paul, we're a young team. I think people have to realise what we're trying to do here. We're asking young players to step up, and they're coping very well with it. So there's a lot of learning there, but it's coming in a game where there was no real consequence, so we can't be too down on ourselves about it. And again, we come away from this with a game that we think we certainly shouldn't have lost the game.
Michael, thanks for your time. Thank you.
You're in first December. Hopefully you're not.
You still going?
It's obviously frustrating. Like it sort of sums up our Nations League campaign, really. Dressing us back that. Yeah, it's been frustrating like that. I think it's always hard to talk about straight after the game, but I think whenever we reflect overall, there's definitely a lot of positives to take. I think we're in a decent position moving forward, but we don't want to get into that mindset of continually talking about good performances and not following up with results. So we know how important it is to get off to a good start. So we'll look forward to the draw being made and look forward to going and trying to achieve something special again come March.